And it looks like we are live, so I'm going to say hello everyone and welcome to a terrible stream for terrible people. And it is finally my actual birthday week. I know that a lot of you wished me happy birthday when I went on the holiday, which you shouldn't have done. That's what ruined it. No, but I did try to make it clear to people that I was doing it for the fact that I was turning 40 this year, not because it was actually my birthday while we went. The timing of that would have been pretty wild, and honestly would have done some things to my brain considering how it went. But we won't dwell on that.
He's an old man now.
I am really officially old. I got a birthday card from my mum, and I pulled it out, and it just said 40 on it. And I was like, no, that's wrong. I'm 20. I'm not 40. What? No one's 40. That doesn't make... I know. I refuse to believe that. So, yeah, definitely feeling a bit old. Would have been nice if things had gone nicer, but, you know, it is what it is. Although, to dwell on it for just one moment, because I've got other things to talk about related to it. One of the big problems with the fact that the holiday was kind of shit was also the fact that one of the videos during that time period fucking bombed. Like, bombed. And I've had a lot of bombs recently. It's been really shit to deal with. There's been a string of progressively worse and worse performing videos, and I don't know why, and I'm trying to fight against it. And now I've gotten to the point where I'm like talking to people about it. Like, I've got an appointment with my YouTube rep on Thursday to like talk about it, and I'm 90% sure they're just going to go, you know, well, these things happen, and that's just how it goes, and you should try blah 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 and blim blim blim. And it's like, I've tried blah 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 and blim blim blim, it doesn't do anything. And but maybe it will actually help. Maybe they'll have some advice for me. Maybe they'll go out of their way to fix something that will give me just enough to start getting the channel truly back on track, instead of this. It's death by degrees. You know, we're not dead yet. We're still getting enough views for this to be something well worth doing. But for the time being, it is very frustrating. But on that point, so me and Mrs. Sick had a very long chat about how we're going to sort of solve this to the best of our abilities. And there's a few obvious things. I'm fucking terrible when it comes to doing collaborative stuff. Now, I have some sort of I suppose starting points to that in the fact that I asked a bunch of people to make content for me, and so now the reciprocal thing will be to collab, or at least do videos for them in their spaces, and hopefully that will give me some extra reach. But the problem is finding the time to do that. But as some of you know, Mrs. Six streams every single day, or at least Monday to Friday, and during that time I'm not very good at being in the same room and getting any work done. Whether or not that's because I find it distracting or that I just can't, whatever, I don't know. But we've decided to attempt to solve that, because we have a table in the living room, in the other room, which is my old desk, that we just kind of use as a crap table. And it was covered in shit. And I was like, right, I'm going to clear that. I need to replace the chair I currently use, because it's a bit worse for wear, but it's still very comfortable, but it would be good to have it replaced. So I'm going to replace this with a new one and use this one in the living room as a sort of just a gaming chair, and, you know, another comfortable seat for the room. So worst case scenario, that's what it will be. This doesn't work out, but it's so that I can sit there. Because I try and work in the living room, but it never works out, because sitting on my couch with my laptop just isn't. I can't think of the word. It doesn't.
Pain central.
It doesn't make me very productive. It's not even about back pain. It's just there's no comfortable work position that allows me to actually get stuff done quickly and efficiently. Whereas if I was sat at a desk on a proper chair, even if it's on a laptop, it's suddenly a lot more productive. And theoretically, that's like 20 hours. She streams for 4 hours every day. So if I get up more or less when she starts streaming and just go in the living room and just try and do a little bit of work, do some editing that I otherwise wouldn't have gotten done. If I can use those full 20 hours, that's like 2 days of work just sitting there in the ether. Now, I don't have to use all of them, but maybe I can get myself a little bit further ahead.
Can I have some whiskey, please?
Mrs. Sick wants some whiskey. Everybody say hooray! It is the birthday whiskey. I got myself a bottle of Bullet Bourbon because birthday. And I hadn't had it in fucking ages. Yeah. Oh, if you didn't know, considering that the holiday was a shit show, we then immediately got incredibly sick. Like really, really fucking ill. It was horrendous. I was so full of snot, it looked like my brains had come out when I blew my nose. It was ridiculous. Should collab with Minute Man. It's all fun and good saying, should do X with X. I know who that is. I've never spoken to the guy. And I don't know. I've seen him talk about my kind of style of thing. I don't think he respects it. And he shouldn't. But I could be wrong. Maybe he's seen me. Maybe he thinks I'm the good one. Maybe he thinks I'm fucking hilarious. I think I'm pretty funny, but that's mostly because I'm an idiot. But yeah, we're going to try and pull ourselves out of a rut, which just, it does currently feel, because it's been months. This has been slowly ongoing for months, but it was really exacerbated during the holiday, which definitely didn't help with how it felt. Just bring back the cow. That is the wrong fucking channel. And you know it. That is radical. Fuck's sake. Radical. There's not Sir Cow, is there? I do more things with horses. I've noticed. There's a Sir Sick horse, and there's a unicorn, which I do other things with. But yeah. Sounds like you're not quite over it yet. Oh, I'm absolutely, like the holiday, I'm not fucking over it. I won't be over that for a couple of months. I very much hold on to things that piss me off.
He harbours grudges.
But I am going to, I am pushing it down and not talking about it anywhere near as much as I want to. I want to just bitch for another hour about how fucking pissed off I am about the whole situation. But I'm not gonna, because, I mean, apparently people found it pretty entertaining, to be honest. But I'm not gonna. I finally, so it was my best mate, who was my travel agent, who set that up. And he was away when we got back. So it wasn't until like a couple of days ago, he sent me a message, how was the holiday? I hope it was really good. And I was like, oh, God. Oh, no, I have to make this message. And it was, oh, that was such a bummer. I'm going to like rewrite the list and make it more concise and stuff. And so that he can use, because he's like, that's really bad. I'm so sorry. But I hope that if you have like specifics, that would be really good feedback. And I'm like, okay, I'll get back to you. But yeah, I used to call the huge strings of snot that came out of my nose when I was sick brain noodles. That is disgusting. I love it. That is properly fucking abusing.
Oh my god.
Mrs. Sick playing Souls games, sabotaging Sir Sick vids more likely than you think. That is not what's happening. Mrs. Sick was playing games when I didn't work. The plan is for me to do more work, basically. For me to push out an extra 20 hours a week. And considering that I do between 50 and 60 easily, that is quite a lot of extra work. That is quite a lot of works in general. Yeah.
We're doing a trial, though.
Yeah. It's a trial run to see if I can get just a little bit of extra stuff done. And if I can get extra stuff done earlier, then maybe I get a day, maybe I get 2 days of extra time to then work specifically on the channel to try and get more stuff out. Because one of the things I'm not going to do is start working over the weekends, because that will kill me. Whereas right now, when I'm sitting and Mrs. Sick is streaming and stuff, all I'm doing is watching like shitty YouTube videos. That time is 100% wasted on fucking nothing. Now, maybe that's a good thing for me to do. Maybe it helps my brain unwind, but a lot of the stuff I watch just pisses me off anyway. So it's probably not a good idea. Very occasionally it'll be something that makes me very irate, and she'll come after she's been streaming. It's like, I could hear you, right? And I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. Oh, I can't believe you would say that. Rah! Yeah, I have a very bad habit of shouting at screens when I feel like I'm on my own. It's really bad when Mrs. Sick goes out and takes the kids. If I watch something that upsets me, I'm like, rah! An absolute monster. Like, I'm very good. I keep that shit to myself. But when I feel like I'm alone, it just, I don't know. It's the worst.
How much whiskey did you put in this?
1 shot.
Jesus, it doesn't taste like it.
It's Bullet Bourbon. It's got flavour. It's got actual flavour. You like Bullet Bourbon?
It's nice. It's just, it's strong.
It's a punch in the face.
Yeah.
Well, the most recently, we've only had Buffalo Trace, which I think has like half the flavour.
I do like Buffalo Trace.
I like Buffalo Trace. It's a very easy drink.
Yeah.
But I like Bullet Bourbon because it's just fucking tasty. I've gone off of Eagle Rare because I think it just kind of makes me burny on the inside. And it just makes me feel not that pleasant. Whereas does not happen with Bullet Bourbon. Still probably my favourite. These 2 knights in shining armour of integrity and honour are so bright we have to wear our shades to watch. That is just abysmal. Don't do that again. My God, why would you say these things? Support our right to arm bears. I mean, that is correct. And it's you again. God damn it. You do say a lot. I need to start banning you sometimes just so you shut the fuck up.
Is it just me or is Mrs. Sick hard to hear? Yeah, I am hard to hear. I'm softly spoken.
She's softly spoken and she's also got a fucked up throat.
I will move closer to the microphone. There
Yeah.
you go.
She tries to practice getting nice
I'm
and
not very
close.
good at projecting my voice.
Bourbon to cure the ailing throat. I mean, basically, that's exactly what we're doing. It's medicine. It's not alcohol. It's science. Watching shit videos that aren't for research and response purposes. Well, there are different kind of shit videos. They're of a different genre that I don't do in. So, I shouldn't do that. I should just watch fun stuff. Like I watched DIY Perks made a new video of him building basically a hobbit house, and it was really nice. It was so fucking he just makes such videos that make me happy to watch. I need to watch more of that shit. Less stuff that makes me just violently upset.
Yes, Connie, I will be streaming tomorrow.
Bullet is my favourite bourbon. First time I tried it was in Sweden. We went to a rock bar with blackjack tables afterwards and got hammered. Hammered at blackjack or hammered in general? Or both?
I've never played. I've only time I've ever played. I played blackjack against my dad.
Yeah.
But I've never actually played it in like a actual earning money sense.
We've never been to an actual casino.
No,
there was a
I've never
casino
been to a casino.
where we went on holiday, and we were like, oh, that's a casino, and then we walked past it.
Yeah, well, I don't think to gamble, so I think
It's not an us thing.
It's not an inherent like, ooh, let's go gamble for me.
Let's be fair. I mean, the closest we came to gambling is I spent €10 trying to win a Switch 2. I already own a Switch 2, but it was fun. It gives, it's kind of lame, but because it's obviously bullshit and it's trying to make you think that you could win when you won't.
We did spend a lot of money getting tickets so we can buy a crappy watch.
Well, yeah, we spent one day in the not amazing... The hotel had 2 arcades, but they weren't good. They were better than the local ones, but they weren't good. But it was kind of amusing. It was like half an hour of sort of semi-fun. One of the things with that holiday is we did have moments of fun. There was levity. There was enjoyment had. It was just like an overall... Yeah, but it's all kind of shit, and it's... Oh, this is the one that we forgot to mention, because it was legitimately amazing. But again, it was something I did, and it was sort of a fuck you to the holiday, in a sense. There are men on the beach called Looky Looky Men. They're basically sellers of garbage and often weed, as far as we could tell. And they'll walk up to you and try and sell you to a big sheet of material for like €30, and it's probably worth like 4. But like when they offer me stuff, I'm like, I'll give you 10, and they're like, no, 20 at least. I'm like, no, I'll give you 10, or you can fuck off, mate, because I am a dick. But I started getting so sort of bored of them. I started talking to them in Simlish. Whenever one would walk up to me, I'd wave my hand and go, "Shabba-dabba." And I kept to that one phrase because it's like the one that always comes straight to mind. And then one of the guys, they came up to me and I was just like, "Shabba-dabba." And he's like, "Shabba-dabba, what is this?" And then I went to sit down and like 7 of them turned up around us and they were clearly trying to figure out what language I was speaking. It was really funny. It was really, really funny. So we went away and we looked up a bunch of Simlish phrases and stuff. And I tried to learn them, but we never actually went back to the beach, unfortunately, to test them out. But that would have been really fun. Just if you go to a place with lots of sort of... They're effectively con men and drug dealers, apparently. And you don't want to interact with them, but you also want to do something funny. Yeah, learn Simlish. Because they'll never understand it. They'll have no fucking idea what you're talking about. And you can find it really, really funny. The classic Simlish gibberish defense. Oh, and for those of you who are wondering, what the fuck is Simlish? The Sims, the video game series, has a language which is believed to be... What is it? Korean? South Korean in reverse or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. But obviously it just sounds like gibberish. A lot of it is just... It sounds like language, but not. And it's highly effective. Because why would the fuck would they know what you were doing? But yeah. Ended up having to... Like, getting surrounded by them, that was kind of creepy. We were in a very public place, so I think... They weren't going to do anything, but I think they were just trying to figure us out. But that is a little bit intimidating. If you've got a bunch of mates, don't fucking stand around some foreigner trying to figure out what they are. That's creepy and weird. But to be fair, partially my fault. YouTube is pushing so many gambling ads for me. At least it's not Mormon ads. Yeah, that's a thing. I have heard about the Mormon ads. The Simlish Pledge of Allegiance is fucking hilarious. I could imagine. Sorry, mate, I only speak Minion. That would be a good alternative. Although I think Simlish is the superior fake language. Me trying to speak German and English at the same time at 4 a.m. in a Helldiver's lobby. I mean, that sounds like something you would do. Sounds like language. I'll take Mormons over gambling. It depends. It depends what effect it has on you. Like, it's better that someone who is unaffected by gambling ads is the one who sees it. Because then again, it's also worse if someone gets the Mormon ads and is convinced by that. Being convinced by any advert that's, like, full of bullshit is not great. I need to remember to do some whiskey tasting of my own tonight. Whiskey tasting is always incredibly important. Did the diamond hover over your head? My God. I think that might have given the game away if I'd have walked around with like a fucking green gem bouncing over my skull. That's one of them might have gone, I know what that is, you motherfucker. It's so funny since I always get Mormon ones on your videos. Yeah, I mean, I've never covered Mormonism directly. I think one of the things is they're not that great at like making videos spreading their bullshit. I think they kind of keep their bullshit in person. So it's harder to find that. I know there was the one girl who reacted to the Mormon episode of Family Guy? South Park. And I suppose I could cover that. It's just very long. I don't think it would work super well on my format. But yeah. other than that, so we've got plans to do more work, basically. Hopefully that can help things out. I've got an appointment. I can talk to people. Yeah, and I'm going to try and be more sociable. Um, and hope that does something. What's up? What
I
did you?
try to do the bare minimum of socializing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind socializing.
I know you don't.
I just also am very, very good at sitting on my own and being perfectly happy. That's my biggest problem. Is like, yeah, socializing can be fun. Oh my god, I'm tiring myself out even thinking about it. Socializing can be really fun, but it's also like, oh, do I have to? Like, I'd have to go out and shit. But no, bad sick. You need to do things. You need to make sure that you don't let your channel die because you couldn't be bothered. Like, what a fucking end to an era that would be. If I let it die because I just didn't want to talk to someone. That'd be fucking pathetic. And I'd feel like a moron because I am. Good evening / morning / drinking time, Sick. I don't understand. What is the difference between morning / evening and drinking time? Aren't they all the same thing? I had a Mormon on a bus try and give me a video of the life of Jesus. I told him I'd seen it. He dies in the end. Then comes the twist. That's pretty good. I like that. The other one is, have you got Jesus? What is it? Do you know where Jesus is? And he's like, not here. It's not in my fridge. I don't keep bodies in the fucking, I was going to say sofa then. Freezer. That's the word I'm looking for. Socializing can be fun, but I don't always have the battery for it. It drains me, and I need to get away to refill. Like, I'm not like that. Mrs. Sick is very much like that. But for me, like, I do genuinely, if it's people I like, if it's people I don't like, then they can go fuck themselves. But, like, my friends, I have a great time, and I'll do it for hours and hours and hours, to the point at which I'm pretty sure I should go away, but if they're not telling me to leave, then I'll just sit there in their house, drinking their alcohol, watching their TV, and chatting shit.
Even if it's people I like, I start going, I am sick of these people.
You just look at them, look at the door, look at your watch, look at them, look at the door, look at your watch, until they eventually either figure it out or you pass out from blood loss.
Don't you just get up and leave? Go, I'm going now.
Okay, bye.
Yeah. I thought that's how you do it.
She says that when she is terrible at hanging up the phone. I keep doing this gesture where
I don't know when to stop talking on the phone.
I
don't know when you're supposed to leave.
I have this gesture which means okay, bye, and it's okay, thumbs up for okay, and then bye is a wave. So I just stand there when she's on the phone to like some boring family member that she can't stand talking to, and I just like thumbs up, wave, thumbs up, wave. And she looks at me like I'm insane. You can end literally any phone call with the words okay, bye. In fact, you can end any phone call with this noise. Click, burr. Although I don't think it does that anymore. Yeah, like, you don't have to talk to anyone. If you're done with the conversation, you just say, yeah, I'm kind of done with this conversation. But that's what our kids do. They're amazing at that.
I know, I wish I could do it.
They just have no... We've never taught them social shame, and I think it'll be good for them. Where if you're a boring motherfucker,
The thing is, everyone accepts it as well.
Yeah, most people are like
the kids
yeah, this was a fucking boring
my dad.
conversation. I should leave.
My dad was talking about something, and one of my kids went, "That's boring, Grandad. Shut up." And he went, "Oh, okay," and then started talking about something else, and I'm like, "It worked."
There's a phrase that I learned from the TV show Spaced, which I think comes from something else, but I learned it from that, and I have used it to tremendous effect, including on Mrs. Sick. But she's generally pretty good. Yeah. She's generally pretty good, but occasionally. But so if you have someone who won't just say they've got a story and it's I went to the shops and got a Mars bar, but they'll tell you every fucking step from getting up in the morning to that tremendous event, when you realize that's what's happening, what you do is you say, skip to the end. And the amount of times it's worked. I think a lot of people don't realize they're doing it until they are like called out on it. And then they go, oh, fuck. Yeah. Anyway, so I bought a Mars bar. And I'm like, great, good for you. But I've done it on Mrs. Sick once or twice. We've been together a long time. I haven't had to do it very many times. But sometimes a story is going on.
The main thing you say to me is, I don't need your details, I don't need your explanation.
I just need a yes or a no, please.
Yeah, I'm like, but the details matter in things. And you're like, no, they don't.
I asked you if you filled the washing machine. I'm going to go and do it if you haven't. Yeah, but, well, I was walking down the road.
Not that bad.
You're not that bad, but it's kind of a hyperbolic version of what happens. You know, sometimes. Oof. There's no need to stay here any longer than necessary. Let's split up, look for survivors, and get out of here. It works quite well, too. You just say that to everyone.
That sounds amazing. I should use that one.
Split up and look for... Well, you should try that on your dad.
Let's split up and look for clues, and then just hang up.
Yeah. Midwest goodbye. You say your goodbyes, then you keep talking for the next hour.
That's my dad.
Oh my god, that's not specific to anywhere. That's mostly an old people thing that some people learn.
Yeah,
oh, thank you, Firefly.
To hear me. I'm like right next to the microphone. What have you done?
Nothing. I put my mic quite far away from me.
Look, I'm in licking distance, right? So
I'm not. Speak louder. She's also sick. Again.
Yeah, but look how close I am.
Eat it.
I am very close.
It's Mrs. Sick ASMR. Terrible sounds.
You get some Yorkshire
coming right
noises.
in your ear.
So I'm very close.
Oh, pardon me.
So, like, you should be able to hear me.
That or listen harder.
Do I literally have to eat the microphone for people to hear me on this?
I don't know.
This is bad, because if this is not working for my stream tomorrow...
Well, then you just need to speak up.
I have been wanting a new microphone. I have told you this.
You've been wanting a new microphone for no other reason than you want a new microphone. Let's be fair.
Because I've been having problems with this one.
Yeah, you say that, but I don't believe you. I think you just want new, shiny fun. Don't lie to me.
I don't like new things. I just want this thing to work.
I mean, I do have another microphone that used to be my main recording microphone, but is now just sat on a table. But I'd have to set it up, and that's so much effort. Like, can you learn how to, like, do your own audio mixing and shit?
No.
Then that's the problem. Ooh, Yorkshire ASMR. You'll hear the unmistakable oracle of a Yorkshire pudding shortly.
Crackle of Yorkshire pudding.
Oh, sorry, I read oracle. I like the oracle of Yorkshire pudding, personally. I'm going to go with...
so much funnier.
Eating the mic might be a better lunch than just a protein bar.
Shut up, Connie.
She is terrible for that as well.
What? There's nothing wrong with the protein bar for lunch.
I mean, apart from the protein bar and the for lunch bit and everything else in between.
Would you rather that ate nothing?
No.
Exactly. So it's either protein bar or nothing.
I'd rather you ate my, you know...
Not that kind of protein.
No. Terrible. Still salty. What, the protein bar or the man jam?
So I get told off for eating protein bars, and I'm like, just let me live, bro.
Let me live my life. I just want to eat protein bars and play Dark Souls. That would depend on who Mike is. Just join the stream. Who's eating Mike? I don't know.
Me, apparently.
But it's my birthday this week, so everybody celebrate me. I'm amazing.
Sorry. Yeah. Yay.
Yay.
Woo.
Woo. Me. Woo. Yeah.
Right,
So sick old.
That's enough celebrating.
It does feel like far too much. But, yeah. I don't know, man. I forgot what we were talking about, to be
I
honest.
have no idea. Something about you working more.
Yeah, I mean, we covered that, I think. So I'm turning 40 and I'm going to be working even harder. So it doesn't sound great, but the whole point is to just try and pull myself out of a slump. I want to get myself to have like a bunch of videos in preparation, as well as like I need to fix the fucking merch store. I need to talk to people about collabs, and I want to do all this stuff during work time and not be doing it at the weekend. I think it's incredibly important not to have days off. Like, if anything was taught by the importance of having days off and doing something nice with it. I tell you one thing that I'm interested in doing. I don't drive, neither does Mrs. Sick. Neither of us drive because we don't need to. But one of the things of the holiday being so shit is the traveling and the stress that that caused and the feeling of being trapped in a place that's unfamiliar and far away. We were like, it would be nice if we could just hop in a car and just go somewhere relatively nearby, either for the day or just for a few days, but always have the option of just stopping and coming straight home if we're having a shit time of it. And so if I learn how to drive during that period, so like, yeah, I could start learning about driving while I'm doing all that stuff and all this shit. Happy birthday! Thanks for the gift of so many terrible videos. I appreciate it.
Mrs. Six's accent is so hot. It should be on the Scoville scale. Right, David, calm down. That's first. Secondly, no. And third, you need, Q-tips, right? Cotton buds is also known. Maybe you need to use those a little bit, clean your ears out, and then listen to me again.
I don't know. I like her accent.
Why?
She put on a cocktail dress today, and oh my god, would smash.
I don't wear dresses.
She doesn't wear dresses very often. I like her in a dress because I think they look good on her, but she doesn't wear them, and that doesn't bother me. But my god, when she puts one on, I'm like, swing.
I'm much more of a sweatpants person.
Yeah, but now she can match the energy of when I put on my waistcoat.
I don't have any fancy clothes. That's the problem. All my clothes are like I have logoed t-shirts and jeans, or I have sweatpants and
they're all cool, but they're not. They're classy.
They're comfy clothes.
Yeah, they're not classy. So no H-bomb collab before he releases his next video. I find that incredibly fucking unlikely. Apart from the fact that he takes a zillion fucking years to make anything, I think he's a little bit out of my league. I learned to drive playing Cruising USA, Cruising World at the grocery store mini arcade, and then Humvees in the army. I feel you more likely learned how to drive using Humvees in the army when they taught you how to drive.
I think that's
Presumably they taught you how to drive and you didn't just go into the army, steal Humvees.
Big step up doing the army one.
Yeah. I did spend some time trying to learn to drive using a VR setup, but it was such a pain in the ass to get out that I tried it once, couldn't figure out how to make a clutch work in VR, and then gave up. Not great, but yeah. One of the things of having the gaming chair in the living room, the comfortable. It's not really about it being a gaming chair. My office chair isn't a gaming chair. It's just a very comfortable chair. If you want to know what it is, it's an Anderseat XL chair. Now, the specific type it is doesn't exist anymore. It's the Fanatic one. But I will let you know if my Kaiser 4, which is coming hopefully tomorrow, which will take the entire time of my... If it arrives when I have the time, I'll be building it during that entire sort of thing. If it is as comfortable as this, I will let you know, because holy shit, of all the chairs... I went through, five
different chairs. 5 different
office chairs of progressively higher prices. I think I started at about £70.
Yeah.
£70, so the best part of $100.
And then you had that massage one, which was like 150.
And it was crap.
Mm.
It looked nice, but it was crap. And then I had another one that was like bigger and wider, and that was okay, but it was still like, when you spend less than $200 on an office chair, they're almost universally just poorly made. And eventually I just went, fuck it, I like how that one looks. It says extra large. Let's just try it. And holy shit, an absolute game changer of a chair. I've had it for a solid 4 or 5 years now. And the only signs of wear and tear are just from my fat ass. And those...
Well, I've had it a similar time to you, haven't I? And mine's fine.
Yeah.
Mine's in great condition.
Because she's not as big as I am.
Yeah.
I am a huge
It's one of
person.
the best chairs I've ever had, this thing.
Well, I got it. And then she eventually tried it and went, holy fucking shit, this is the best chair I've ever sat on.
It is. It still is.
One of the things that you'll find with most cheaper chairs is that the mechanism for letting yourself back and forward or up and down is unbalanced. So when you sit on it, you'll tilt slightly. And I find that drives me fucking crazy. I hate that sensation. And this doesn't do it. It has this big, chonky fucking mechanism.
Mine does this.
Yeah,
But I have to force it to do that.
yeah, it'll move back and forward if you move around. But when you're sat, it's fine. It's got really good lumbar support as well. And apparently the new one has like tremendous lumbar support. So we'll see how that works out. Like it's a 5 years newer chair. I am a big fan of Anderseat. I don't know if they're the best brand. But at the end of the day, it's one of those things when you...
So sick, calling himself a person. What is this blasphemy? Hey. Eldritch horrors need lumbar support too.
Yeah. When you find something that works for you, that's just what you get. That's like one of the beautiful parts of being... As a 40-year-old, I can tell you, if you find something that works, you just get that, even if they fucking up the price, even if it drives you crazy. They've not really had a problem. The chair I'm getting is about the same price as this one was when I bought it, except a lot more new. So I'm perfectly happy with it.
Got my company,
unless it's shit.
I got my company to buy me an Herman Millen desk chair. Son of a bitch, cost over 1K.
That motherfucker better be the most comfortable thing you've ever sat on. If you tell me that you don't like it, I'm going to be mad for the sake
Feels
of...
like you're getting caressed by angels or some
Yeah.
shit.
Actually, my brother bought the same brand of chair as I did because he tried one of these and he's like, holy fuck, that's really good. And he got his company to pay for it as well. Quality waffle. This is not waffle. This is just factual facts about facts. Never buy a flat pack office chair. That mechanism is a bastard to put together. Like an actually flat packed entirely. That does sound absolutely horrendous. I know the ones that I get, I don't know if it's like half built, but it's like significantly built by the time it gets here. As a 40-year-old, so an old, ancient one. Fuck you.
A mighty and old one who dwelled within the earth.
I love how you guys can talk about absolutely nothing for hours. Fuck me. This isn't nothing. This is important. Okay. Spend money on things that separate you from the ground. Always. Your beds, your chairs, your...
Do you want us to talk about nothing? So, you know when they release new stamps at the post office? What's your favourite?
I don't know anything about stamps.
I'm talking about fucking nothing.
No, like, yeah.
I cleaned
Find
my
a good
nails
chair.
today. I, like under your nails gets a bit dirty sometimes, and I wash.
I don't want you to talk about bullshit. I'm already talking about something I want to talk about. Like we went and we sat on all the chairs in fucking Curry's PC World.
Yeah.
And they were all really bad. And that's probably when I decided, okay, let's just double the fucking budget. Because they were all shit. And that's probably, like, make sure it's a good brand. And yeah, it's the same thing with the bed. The bed, I spent the first proper bit of money I ever had was spent on an £800 bed. And I fucking hated spending that. I would spend now, if that bed caught on fire and just vanished, I would happily spend another 800 quid on a similar or slightly better bed.
Oh,
like without even thinking about it. It's like, yeah, that's money I have to spend. That's just like a fact. Yeah, and when you find the right things, it's just facts. Oh, I completely just remembered another story about the holiday that has to be told.
Hang on. I got a chair.
The Schumann.
I got a chair from work off of the Chinese site, and all the parts were from different chairs. The wheels were clearly came off rollerblades. Glides nicely though.
One of my fancier chairs that still wasn't fancy, but it was fancier, had rollerblade wheels, and they are actually amazing. But yeah, talking of money and keeping yourself off the ground, shoes is an important one. When we were on holiday, we were wandering around this place called the Yumbo Center. My God, what a whole lot of nothing that place is. But it at least gave us one one funny to me story. We walked out of a spa, which was on a multi-level. Now, I was obsessed with the spas in Gran Canaria because to me, a spa is connected to a petrol station. And there was one that was like several stories up a building, and you could just see it at the side. It was so weird to me. But yeah, we'd been in there because I had to visit it. I am that fucking weird and boring and stupid and lame. But when we walked out...
Just to preface, S-P-A-R, not S-P-A.
Spa.
Yeah.
Spa, a petrol station. They'll know what I'm talking about. Apart from the ones who don't, and they're just wrong. But yeah, we walked out of there, and then I was like... She was complaining about her shoes, that they were uncomfortable, making her... No, you were wearing proper shoes, but you were complaining that you were hot, I think.
I wasn't complaining.
Doesn't matter. Let me tell the story.
You saw the shoes. You should get some sandals, like me.
I turned out to be right, just so you know. She acts like this, and then I'm right again, because that's what I do.
Not the point. You said, I'm saying what you were saying.
I'm making it into a story that makes sense, instead of me just telling you that you should do a thing, you doing it, and me being right. Because that's a less interesting story. Anyway, I told her to do a thing and I was right. But we went to look at some sandals on a thing. And they looked nice. They were like pretty high quality. It's like, okay. And then the guy who owned the store came out and said, oh, I help you out. And he like brought us in and made her try them on. It's like, yeah, they're $200. And I'm like, well, 200 euros, but more or less. And I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, I'm not spending that. It's like, how much you want to spend? I was like, not that. It's like, well, tell me how much you can spend. Well, I was thinking 20, but like my absolute maximum that I could possibly pay for fucking anything would be 50. And he's like, okay. I might have told this last time, but it's a story that I really like. And he said, well, I can't, these are 200. I've got some other ones. And he came back with them. And they were, and he's like, okay. And I was like, before you do everything, are you going to tell me how much they cost? And he's like, just try them on. So you got to tell me how much they cost because I'm going to tell you 50 again. And he's like, okay, so, well, these ones are 150, but I'll give them to you for 130.
Because he said you were nice to him.
Because I was nice and straight talking with him.
He said you were honest. You're an honest man.
I was just like, oh my God. And I said, 50. And he's like, oh, but 150 to 120. It's like, yeah, and I can't afford that. I told you how much I could afford. Like, I could have afforded significantly more, but I wasn't going to fucking spend that. Like, there's a difference between what you can have. Like, we took a decent amount of money on the holiday, but I wasn't going to spend all the holiday money on a pair of fucking shoes. So, yeah. And he was just like, oh, well, what about this? And I said, 50. He said, oh, what about this? And I said, 50. And it got down to like 70. And I was like, still 50.
He kept trying to convince you, kept saying, but they're not Chinese. They're not plastic. They're
yeah,
made in Spain.
Like the ones down there, they'll be like this. If you go to another shop. And I was like, I don't care. I won't buy any then. Whatever. I'm not that interested in a pair of shoes. This was such a... We literally had just had the idea to maybe look at them. We looked at them and you came barreling out of nowhere to sell us on these super advanced, can fly fucking shoes. And I was like, no, I don't even want to give you 50 for them. But eventually, he's like, "Oh, what about 60?" And I was like, "I just want to leave." But we do want a pair of shoes. These look pretty nice. They look like they're worth 60. And I was like, fine. And he goes, 65. And I'm like, ugh. Fuck it, you got me just for the patter. And I paid 65. So eventually we went back to the hotel room and Mrs. Sick looked them up. They cost €60 with a €20 delivery charge. So technically we made money. And they're much nicer than my sandals. My God, they are so much nicer than mine.
Yeah,
actually comfy actually comfy for her. She likes them. They're really good. Flying shoes for only 130. Priorities mixed up. Yeah, locals pay 20. Apparently no. Apparently this is we did an okay. Now we should have checked the internet beforehand. We ummed and ahed. We went back to the Yumbo Centre one more time. And Mrs. Sick didn't want to walk past it because she just found the whole thing embarrassing.
I knew for a fact that you wanted to go up to them and go, yeah, we looked them up and this is how much they cost.
I wouldn't have done that. You know I wouldn't have done that. I'd have just smiled and chuckled. Oh, this whole time when he was giving me all the patter, I was pissing myself laughing.
He kept laughing like really
I couldn't stop. And it was embarrassing. But it's really funny to me when people do something and I know what they're doing. I can't help it. Like when someone comes up to me and starts talking about their fucking pet conspiracy theories, it is so hard not to laugh. Especially when you know all of the things and you're trying to be polite.
The guy of higher consciousness.
I didn't laugh at him. I mean, that was less funny and more cringe. Because it was so obvious how basic bitch tier all of it was, and how it was all a bit sad and a little bit depressing, and like it had shit about how women overvalue themselves, like real incel shit. And he had his little fucking daughter sat there. That I found that embarrassing. That is an embarrassing thing for a grown man to believe. Just like, fuck me. And to say it to strangers you've just met. Thank fuck he was leaving the next day. I did not want to see this person again. That was the night that I got, we went to the bars and the drinks were so fucking strong and I didn't realise and I got so shit-faced. I had a proper hangover that entire day. So in some ways, the hangover was a good thing. I'm not happy about it still, but at least there's that. They cost me about $160. Yeah, they were just stupid. Sick. When's the Blue Man coming back to the channel? When I want to. So, like, I'll have a look at his videos at some point in the near future and see if there's anything fun to cover. Was it an IRL Spirit Science? No, it was more of an IRL Andrew Tate kind of thing, but more cringe and less, like,
He basically was saying that, like, he was working on a higher level of consciousness. He said he was, like, a level 6 or something.
Like if you mixed Andrew Tate with Spirit Science, that's how fucking awful it was.
Most people don't operate at level 6. They're, like, at a level 2.
He was talking about how most people just repeat things they've heard, as he was repeating things that he'd heard from this one guy who told him this information. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh, do you not see it? Do you not hear it? This is embarrassing. Yeah, that wasn't funny. That was just fucking embarrassing. Level 6 out of 100? So a knobhead either way. Yeah. Because he started talking to me about this because I vaguely alluded to what I do. I didn't tell him. Everybody always asks, oh, what's the channel? I'm like, I'm not fucking telling you.
Yeah, I kind of switched off after he started talking about like the most basic philosophy stuff, and he was acting like it was peak.
And this is like, we're not fucking amazing philosophy guys, but we know the basics, and this was basicer than that.
Yeah, and he started talking about how the reason society is failing is because people are not serving each other enough. And I said, well, when it comes to individualism, when you get too much individualism, you lose, people start losing empathy. And he went, no, that's a good thing. And I was like, okay, I'm going. I was like, nope, I'm switching off to that.
It was mostly uninteresting and cringe because you could tell that he wasn't there to have his beliefs challenged. He wasn't bringing this up.
No,
he was bringing this up because he's like, oh, you've got to watch this and this and that. And I'm like, oh my God.
Just parroting.
And also, I didn't want to be doing my fucking job on holiday to some stranger who might get mad at me and fucking stab me by the pool. Like, I don't fucking know who this guy is. I'm just here to relax. That's what I was here for. Oh, but yeah. So that was a thing that happened. I don't know. Empathy is a sin after all.
Apparently so, because empathy. You need to be a high level of consciousness to understand this shit.
Well, they're referencing. I think it's something that Matt Walsh said, maybe.
Oh, God,
one of them.
I don't want to know what he said.
He said, "My beard is shit."
I want him to suck my dick.
You want him to suck your bick? What, your pen?
Bick?
I thought you said bick.
I don't have
suck
a bick.
My bick.
I don't
pen.
have a bick, but he can happily suck my dick.
Suck your dick. See, that's just reminded me of a stupid fucking sketch. But yeah. The thing.
People saying rip.
Are you checking the sounds?
Hang on.
We'll find out if that's just.
No, I can hear you.
Is that new or is there like a break?
I'm really quiet.
And we're back. Okay. Well, I did literally nothing. Presumably, it was something to do with YouTube's end.
My microphone is really quiet, actually. What?
Like really,
Look
really
how close
quiet.
I am to this bitch.
Like really, really quiet.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, pardon me. I could turn you up, I guess. Like,
I can still hear myself, but...
Speak. Say some things in a row.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay, that's you. Right, I've turned you up a bit.
I am usually quiet. I'm a quiet person.
You're going into the red now, so I don't know how the fuck they can't hear you.
Fear me, mortals.
You're probably clipping. I don't know. It should sound fucking awful, but they should hear you. I don't know.
I finally got it. What I always wanted. The volume.
The loudest mic. But yeah. I figured the other Bruce Wayne is a pompous theist, and I don't think he could run a 10 metet, much less a marathon. What is a 10 metet? Presumably a typo, but I don't know. I don't know anything about running. Running is lame. Running is for the weak who don't want to do the power sitting like I do.
A Portaloo in the garden.
Sounds like Mrs. Sick was recording from a locked... Right, from a locked Portaloo, yeah. You want a new mic? I know of a guy, Nathan something, looks like a giant Ferengi. Okay. Like, the only reason that we use these mics is because I wanted two matched microphones so that when we talked on stream, we would have our own
mic. The sound doesn't sound too different. Yeah.
Mine isn't just outrageously amazing and hers is a bit shit. I wanted them both to sound the same because I think that's better. And then she uses the mic. I also got mics that have USB ports on them. So you can connect them XLR and through USB. So she can use it as like just a mic on her computer, and I can plug it into my computer through my fucking my. It's not a DAC. It's the other one. It's an audio amp.
It's a bippity boppity.
It's a bippity boppity boo. But yeah, running is for the late.
I like that.
That's fair, especially for the bus. Mrs. Six sounds fine. Does she sound fine or does she sound fine? Because both are true.
A bit shit. She was whispering for 6 months of streaming.
Yeah, she's just been whispering the whole time. This will have
not
absolutely
that bad.
zero effect on her stream. She has 100% control over that. If she can't get the sound to work right, that is her fucking fault, not my fault. You leave me out of
Sounds
it.
fine on my stream.
That you say.
I have to turn the game down like significantly so people can actually hear me though.
But you had to turn it down. Did I have to turn it down?
No, I did.
I thought I turned it down. Or
And
did
then
you turn it down
people
more?
complain that the game's too quiet, and I'm like, because she won't be able to hear me.
Oh, no. I changed the sound gate.
Yeah, you changed the gate on it because
I had to change the sound gate because she was constantly so quiet that she would miss half the fucking words.
Yeah.
It's all learning. You're only there to watch her die at, Elden Ring at the moment.
Elden Ring, yeah.
Which she's getting close to the end of the main game, but she's getting dangerously close to the DLC. And that's going to be an interesting experience for her, because that shit is fucking hard. Like my pit... No,
I have good weapon.
you know... I went into the DLC with some amazing weapons. I was mincing bosses in the main game. I got to the DLC and I was like, ow, my everything. That game is fucking... It's probably a lot easier now because they patched the shit out of it. If my €100 headphones on Max can't make you sound decent, it's on you. I'll be honest, I don't want to sound like an audio snob, but €100 headphones is not that amazing. Like there's some okay ones for that, but if you want some good ones, you're probably going to want to spend a bit more than that.
To be honest though, what I use is like
Oh yeah, she uses
£30 at most.
No.
These are £30.
They cost 30 quid on Amazon. They're the same ones that I bought off of AliExpress for 4.
Oh right, they're £4 then.
They're exactly the same.
Right.
Because they're KZs. KZs are fucking amazing. Yeah, you can get really, really good sound for nothing. The DLC is easy. Ignore my max level character and my min-max build. I mean, there is that. Or using the footprint shield, the fingerprint shield. That definitely trivializes some of that game. But it's still good. I can't wait to do it again, to be honest. My headphones are like $480. What do you have? And it's probably too much to be listening to this shit. But yeah, I use expensive headphones because I need
smooth baritone in those bad boys.
Yeah. I use expensive-ish headphones. Like mine they're like £250, so they're probably like $350 dollars. But I only have them because they're just the most comfortable ones I've ever had, and they're balanced. They're studio monitors. I do really like my headphones. They're falling to pieces. I might actually have to buy new ones. I'm a little bit disappointed by that, but it is what it is. Happy birthday to someone, I guess. It's my birthday. I'm gonna be old. I'm an old man. The best piece of equipment I had is my Bluetooth earbuds Studio T2. Sound better than anything more expensive within reasonable limits. I mean, it all depends on exactly what your experience with, and also, how it functions. Seems like I'm late. I mean, you are late because in 20 seconds I'm gonna fucking leave. So, how old are you now? 660. Nearly. It certainly feels like most of that. Gonna be you're grey beard old. I am grey beard old. I have a lot of grey in my beard.
You're very salt and pepper though.
I'm quite salt and peppery. I also have grey streaks, which I think look kind of sick. And I imagine some people think I fake, but it's just like what I look like. Anyway, I'm going to piss off now because I have still got work to do, to be honest. Thank you all for coming, and I will catch you all in the next one. Bye!
See some people tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Yeah, go watch Mrs. Six stream. She streams every day. Bye.